Just hanging out here with my pistol, guarding the kill while Sam goes back up there to get Justin's rifle and spotting scope. Come back down here, just kind of keeping an eye on things, snapping into a Slim Jim and cheese here. No big deal. Waiting on a grizz. Try to come up here, or a wolf come up here and try to take this feast we got behind us. Ain't happening. I'll let him have my butterfinger maybe, but I ain't getting that caribou. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Thought that was a grizzly. I was gonna let him have it.
What's up, Cochran here. This is our 2018 Alaskan moose hunt, caribou hunt video. We just got done. We're fixing to head back to Oklahoma, but just gonna tell you a little bit about our hunt. Been planning this for a long time, and we contacted 40 Mile Air to get a bush plane into the woods. And another feller, Don Stewart, goes every year to the same spot, and none of his buddies could go. And if you've been before, you get first dibs, so we weren't real sure we was going to be able to get on a plane because we only got so many places to take us. But Don found out we'd contacted him, and he contacted us and said we should all throw in together, which worked out spectacular because he's a real nice guy. He let us use his truck in town.
He let Justin drive his truck.
So he's real brave, man. And then he took his trailer and drove us all the way up to Toke from Anchorage, picked us up at the airport.
7 hours?
7-hour drive. And he's gonna ship our horns and our meat and everything back to us. So
he's gonna pack all of our meat for us.
Nice guy.
Meat packer.
Meat packer. So this is our
taking my job from me.
This is our hunt. Hope y'all enjoy it. Daniel and Taylor, right on time, as always. Look at all his stuff. Are you videoing?
Yeah, video. I got the hug.
Ready to head out. We got Daniel, Sam, Justin. We're gonna punch them out in the face.
I'm the guide.
The dude. On the plane.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it.
Sam's behind me.
All right.
Daniel's in front of me. There we go. Alaska bound.
Alaska bound. Hope the elephants are on the move.
Landed in Alaska. It's daylight here. It's 11 o'clock back home. Daniel's live feeding while I'm videoing. We're by the famous Anchorage moose. And we're getting ready to meet Don, our hunting buddy. How's it going?
Oh, we'll say hi to Mr. Don real quick. Hey Don, Daniel.
Daniel.
Sam.
Say hi to Facebook.
Hello.
Alright, we got all our stuff here.
We got all Justin's stuff.
All our bags. We got 3 rifle cases. We'll have it all.
Christy's watching. Christy, hey. you can back me up on this. Justin's driving.
What are we doing?
Absolutely horrible. Shannon can confirm too. I was scared about the bush plane and bear. Now I'm changing that to Justin's driving is probably the scariest thing on the planet. This is near death.
Did you die? Huh? But did you die?
Day ain't over yet. Oh my gosh.
I think you could sit on this one.
Justin's been trying to get me to sit on these packs since Cabela's.
This one feels good.
Here, let me put my abs on there.
You're stiff on that.
Sam, hold this. I'm gonna get on there. You really want me to?
Yeah.
I think it'd be good live video footage.
We're like, well, we bought that one. Did it break? Squat. Just stiff on this. I don't have to squat it.
You think a dead carcass is gonna get up on something? Don't bend over like that. It's way awkward.
Lean way back. Don't you not him?
What are you doing? Scoot up.
Just sit down.
Yeah, he's ready to carry something out of the woods.
I'm not gonna let him up.
This direction we're headed.
I ain't letting you up. Let's go. Let's go.
I can't hold this camera, I'm down.
Oh.
He's too far out like this.
Let me do you.
Get on top of it.
Oh my gosh, that worked great.
How much is that?
I'm so glad we didn't do that in Cabela's now. But that didn't work out. Oh man. You like that one?
I like it.
I think it works great.
Heading into Fish and Game to check stuff out here in Alaska.
Off one. We're going to test that thing and pay for a walk.
Yep.
It's a mile. It's
Yes.
You want your
Feels
trekking
pretty
pole?
good. There's nothing that's pinching. Just tilt it forward a little bit.
Hey, where did you want to? You need to take that somewhere? I'll let Justin take it somewhere for you.
Oh yeah, we need to go up the street and back there. They even want to see what kind of paint I use.
There's a grizz!
I think it was just that handle on the bucket like shifted.
Nothing's hit hard.
Here, I'm gonna put this
You
on.
gonna take the buckets off?
Yeah.
There's one.
It's a grizz!
I saw you on your phone earlier.
We are loaded up. Got all our stuff here. A whole bunch of ridiculous amount of stuff. We're gonna fly into the woods. And we brought the flatbed. Hopefully we're hauling back 3 moose, 3 caribou, some bear, wolf. Don is a resident, so he can actually shoot 2 grizzlies without a tag, which is amazing. Maybe we can talk him into that since we have the ability to help him flesh it out and everything and get it back. Roar! Oh, it's a grizz! It's a grizz! Anything to add to the video, Daniel? Pretty excited?
I'm so excited I can't contain
His
myself.
scope's probably knocked off and we have no tools to fix it.
Stressing me out so bad. I've had that happen to me before and I'm just freaking out about it. So probably just gonna throw rocks at the bears. You know?
That'll work. I've heard that's a good way to take them down.
We got Justin behind the wheel, back in the trailer up at 40 Mile area. See how it goes. You got it, Cochran? Long way. You need to start cutting it a little early. You're about to hit that Suburban. Yeah. Nope.
Daniel's supposed to be helping me.
You need to pull back up out that way.
We arrived at 40 Mile Air and it's backwards because I'm using selfie mode on my phone, but we got all of our stuff weighed in. We're all actually under a couple pounds. Daniel's under like 5 pounds and showed something else on his. And we weighed in our 200-pound gear load and we're a little under on it too. We're staying here in the Hunter Shack tonight and flying out in the morning. Hopefully everything goes good. Got through my little spare tent on top of Daniel's pack in case something happens to the big tent. We're at the range. It's way out here in the middle of the woods. They got the amazing range. Got a 550 yard steel target down there and like a shooting house up here. Nobody's out here, so set up 100. Probably gonna shoot up. Probably gonna set up a 400 target too, just to make sure we're good. But the reports are we're like in a perfect spot for the migration. They're like 2 miles west of where we're flying into, and they're just going to start. The pilot said there should be thousands of them coming by camp. It's just amazing that we hit the migration just right. Hopefully it works out, and I'm fired up. They're 67 out of 200 quote on the caribou right now in zone 2, so probably try to shoot the caribou pretty early. I know they want to be picky seeing that many animals, but that way we can get the caribou on the meat pole, get it flew back, and then focus on the moose. Still get to enjoy the caribou coming through camp. All right, we've shot 3 shots. 1 shot at 100. My first shot a little off. Might have missed the caribou. Then we took a shot at 414 and 550. We'll go check those out. Approaching the 414 target. I took a shot. Looked at it back there. It tore the paper up pretty good, and then Sam took a shot.
That was a little.
Probably.
Oh, that's got an X in it.
Oh, yeah. So I felt like a shot right here because the paper was here, and then it blowed the paper up. And then Sam hit the target as well. But it definitely could have been. I feel like his would have put a big hole. That's what I was thinking.
That'd be you and that'd be me.
That's what I was wondering. All right, we're at 550. Here's the target. So, looks like I would have hit kind of right in this area. Getting ready to take off. You got stuff right here.
Oh, you're going out there.
Here's our planes.
I'm their pilot.
Daniel's piloting.
I'm pilot.
I went to the
I'm
pilot
flying.
meeting this morning, stuffed my own parachute. I'm ready to go.
It's $200 cheaper if we provide our own pilot. No.
No parachutes.
It was either the parachute or the cling wrap. I went cling wrap.
Must be a different guy then.
Well, we got most of our stuff carried up to base camp. Figured I'd come down here and check out the water. Really nice little stream here. Looks way clean, way clear. Gonna go ahead and get me a drink. Straight out of the tap. Most important thing when you're getting water out of a creek is to make sure no one's upstream peeing or taking a bath. In this case, we're pretty safe. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it a swig. Looks great. Little floaties in there, but oh man, it's way good. Very, very pretty here. Starting to rain a little bit more. I don't know if you can see very good or not, but anyway, this is where we're at. Loving it. See you guys later. Me and Cochran here doing a little spotting. Long ways away from camp. How far from camp do you think we are, Justin?
About 1 mile.
About 1 mile with the way the crow flies, but not the way the goat walks.
The goat walks about 1.5 miles. There's something over there. We're loading up this morning. Opening day for us. We flew in yesterday. Caribou all around us. Try to find a small one for Sam to shoot. Easy to yeah, find one Daniel can hit with a rock. He doesn't have any bullets. Not sure why. Okay. Opening morning. Stop yelling. We've hiked up from the river. Headed this ridge up here. See camp. Shoot 4 caribou. Carry them all back down.
Justin and Don are over looking at another one that Justin might think's a shooter. Seen a bunch of shooters today. How do you feel about it, Sam?
Thumbs up.
Worth the hike up that strip
The hike.
hill.
We'll see how the hike down goes.
Yep, we're approaching it now. We're maybe 100 yards from it. There he is. A lot of character. Go ahead and hold him up, Sam. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Very nice. We've got meat. We're not gonna die out here.
Big animal.
Big animal. Wow. Good job, Sam.
Man, look at that.
Oh my gosh, look at the shovel on him. I seen him too. I was like, man, it's just like, I don't think his shovel's very big. I was like, man, it's at the end of his nose almost.
He's just got the one little sticker here, got 2 back scratchers.
2 back scratchers, yep. Turn him sideways again, Sam. Good profile. Wow. That dude is a brute. Congratulations, dude.
Thank you.
All right, man. You got anything else you want to say?
No, work's fixing to begin.
It's about to start. Beautiful weather, man. Couldn't have picked a better day.
Sun's popping out.
This is first day for caribou right here. We just hiked from way back over there where we were videoing earlier, where Sam got his big bull from. Got all the meat down here, got back down here to camp, got kind of set up with the spotting scope to look. Right down here where we got dropped in, there's a real nice bull just on the side of the creek. Fixing to go down there and smoke him. Let's get it done.
Let's stand up. Go. Did you get it?
I don't think so. He started running.
Yeah. Let's fix stand up. Go. Did you get it?
I don't think so. He started running.
Just shot his bull.
Shot my bull.
It's amazing.
He's nice.
Looks like fire flames back on the back. Here, it's in my shadow.
Head on that guy.
That shovel's sweet. Splits up and down. Camp's right up there.
Man, I couldn't be
One
happy
tarp.
with that.
Got a good predator bait pile. Maybe some wolves come in. Little black bear action. Don's over there hanging Sam's quarters on the meat pole. He said, go ahead, come over here and start cutting on this one. It's the morning of day 2. Fixing to head out, look for some moose. First day of moose season. Me and Daniel's gonna go up to this point behind us so we can see this way. And then Don and Sam's gonna go over this other side. There's a lake on the other side.
Something's gonna die today.
That's right.
Again.
It's 9:46. Left camp about 8. We're about 1.2 miles from camp, but about 1,100 feet above it. It's pretty steep. It's way down there somewhere by the creek. But we made it to the summit. Pretty incredible views. And we're gonna do some glassing for some moose. See if we can get calling and get them headed towards the meat pole. That's where we want to shoot them. That fog in those valleys looks real cool over there. Got maybe a shooter bull here. He's got big back scratchers. Pretty tall shovel, I think. He's not very wide. Hopefully he comes towards us and not away from us. Seen this bull from across the creek when we come over here. We got about 50 yards. Couldn't decide. Big, wide, heavy, beat up bull. And then they kind of took off. They winded us, and he got to about he got to 178, and we dropped him on the spot. Blowed out his shoulder, but good bull. What's up? Don't really have to whisper, but woke up at 5 something this morning. It's 28 degrees outside, and I put on all my puffy clothes and looked around at camp, bundled up some more, and took off up over the ridge across from camp. And I spotted a bull moose. It looks like a shooter. Looks like a pretty good one. It's not a giant, I don't think, but he just keeps walking away from camp. Now he's down in those trees, probably more right there, but there's really nowhere to go that way. Camp's back the other way, but he's walking up the creek, but that's where those creeks start, runs out of moose country up there. The sun is just now kind of starting to get above the peak to hit its antlers, so I can see a little better. I didn't bring my pack or my spotting scope or nothing. I said I'm gonna run up to this peak and look over and then come back and cape out my caribou. But then I spotted this big bull, and he's made a lot of ground since I first spotted him, but surely he has to turn around and come back at some point. My goodness, little 308, 91 yards offhand. Made it happen. I was way up there. And I ran all the way around this ridge. I spotted him. He was like, I don't know, forever away. I come downwind from him, stuck down here where you can kind of see an opening. I just counted these 4 on the outside. I could see those, and I could see his shoulder. It's like a perfect shot right there. But now's the chore. I couldn't kill one by camp. It's 3 miles around this, 8 loads. I think we're gonna probably go over and straight down, maybe a little bit shorter. Maybe not run the moose hunting for the other guys. Got some more guys. So this ought to be a hard day. I shed my clothes as I was coming down to my long johns and a pair of thin pants and my running shoes. And I was running across there. Got no water or food or anything. We did it. Tell you about my moose hunt. Planned on getting a lot of stuff on video. I got the first 2 caribou kills on video, and then my caribou I was shooting, so I couldn't video. I didn't get it. But the day I got my moose, I'm at the glassing point. That's what we call this right here now. It's a mile from the meat pole that way, and 0.9 miles from where I shot the moose down there by the creek. But I got up early in the morning, and Dawn said, "It's good morning to make some hot chocolate." And I said, "Well, I think I want to go walk up on this mountain and look on the other side." And he said, "You want some company?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm fine by myself." So I took off in my long johns, which I slept in, my down puffy pants and coat, and my flannel jacket. And I didn't have my pack, I didn't have no knife, just had my gun and my binoculars. About halfway up the mountain, I'm burning up. Take off my puffy clothes, wrap them up, and leave them on the side of the mountain. Get to the top of the mountain, glass a little ways, and then come down this ridge a little further, spot the moose walking down by the creek, up the creek. But I was 95% sure the shooter moose had to be 50 inches or 4 brow tines. So I dropped my flannel coat. I'd forgot to put my shirt on I've been wearing, long sleeve t-shirt. So now I'm down just my long john shirt, put my binoculars back on, just over that, and I have a pair of wind pants on. Wind pants and long johns and my binoculars. Drop my scope cover and my flannel jacket at that point, and I run to what we now call the glassing point. And I watch him, and he beds down about 5 seconds, stands back up, walks about 10 more yards, and beds down in the shade of a big green tree. And I sit there and watch him and study him as best as I can with binoculars. And his brows look pretty pointy. And I'm looking at the shade and I'm thinking he's gonna be in the shade at least an hour and a half or so. So I need to get closer, get a better look. So I take off running across the ridge over here. The wind's blowing that way. So I'm gonna plan to get on the other side and come up. The trees are a little bit clear down there on that side of him. And hope I can sneak up and get a shot. So I take off, about halfway down there I see him. And then I get way down there on the ridge before I'm going to drop down, and I can't find him anymore. So I have to run halfway back to where I last seen him, get a good view, and then take a lot of landmarks. One of them's the yellow stripe coming down from the other side of the creek, points right at him. So then I run back down there, and before I drop down the ridge, I find his back end. Most of him is hidden by a tree, but I know he's still there laying down. So I take off down the mountain. When I get pretty close to where I know he's going to be, I'm going real slow, and all of a sudden some caribou pop up. And I'm like, great, I'm going to bust the caribou out. They're going to run towards him and blow him out of there. But I just sit real still, move real easy. They kind of look around towards me, and then they head towards the moose. I'm figuring they're right between me and the moose. And then just a second later, they kind of bounce back towards me. So I'm thinking maybe the moose scared them, and then they move off to the right. And I just take a few more steps real slow, and suddenly I can see his right brow palm and his right shoulder, and I can tell he's standing up facing me, but I can see 4 points on that right brow palm. So I pull my rifle up, range at 91 yards, and within 10 seconds, less than that probably, me seeing him standing there, take the shot at his shoulder, look, make sure there's no limbs in the way, the little hole I'm shooting through, put it right behind the shoulder, pull the trigger, and I see the back end of the moose move through that hole real fast to the right. So I take off sprinting in the direction he's heading. I go about 60 yards to stop and listen, and I can hear a few deep breaths back where I shot. So then I just wait a second and slowly walk back up towards there, and he's laying right where I shot at. At this point, I have my phone and my binoculars and my gun. That's it. And the guys are 2 miles from at camp, so I took some pictures with my phone and took off back to camp to get my knife and the guys. And I left my gun there, so I didn't get any selfies with my gun on the moose, but I took one with my rifle on its antlers just to kind of give them perspective when I got back to show them. That's the moose story. Now I'm sitting up here looking over the remains, and there's a grizzly down there right now eating on it, but unfortunately a non-resident can't get a grizzly tag unless they have a licensed outfitter with them. And Don shot one grizzly 2 days ago over by camp, but I don't think he wants to go this far over here to shoot another grizzly. To him, they're kind of like coyotes back home. They just run around out here, and except they could eat you. So they're a little scarier, but there's a whole bunch of them.
Bull down there.
Is that a good idea?
Looks like a good bull.
Never again.
I've done that for shooting. Okay.
Shot a bull way down there
I'll
somewhere.
go down and see if he's good. If he ain't no good, just shoot me.
It took forever to cut it up.
Hey,
It's
Justin.
getting dark on us.
Hey, video. Don sees a good bull down there, he thinks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run down there and look. This, look for the X, is no good. That means shoot me. I had to climb back up.
We just got about a mile to go to get back to camp.
The hardest thing I've ever done in my life. For sure.
Yep.
It's a workout.
So hard.
It's a workout. One could call it a workout. Yeah.
Don is the man.
It's 20 years of workouts.
My legs only got 1 month.
Yeah,
of training,
Justin, how about a lifetime membership to Powerhouse Fitness?
You never have to work out again after this.
Yeah.
You're good.
This is Jacob's ladder on steroids right here.
Yeah.
This is no joke.
I only got
Point it
about
down. Can you point
8 more
downhill?
trips.
Yeah,
Huh?
show them downhill.
Show them the downhill.
I don't know if it comes across on the camera. We're setting up pretty high down there. Too much. My feet are cold. Part that don't show you on TV a lot of times.
Hunters in their underwear.
We got 2 sacks back. There's still 7 sacks of meat there. We got it just about like 70 yards from the gut pile. We just now got the cape off, which is gonna weigh a ton. And we're working on getting the antlers sawed off.
Go ahead and show them where we gotta go.
Yeah, I think we're gonna take it further away from the gut pile first and hang some in a tree, because it's over 1.5 miles back straight across to get to camp, but you gotta go up 800 feet and back down 800 feet to get to the meat pole. So we got a few days of work ahead of us.
All up, all up.
But it's day 3 of moose season now, so we got 7 days left. Daniel still has a tag.
Still have a tag.
Still
I sure want to use it.
See if he can shoot one a little further away.
No.
Hey, trying to figure out what I am? Me and Dan just got back with bags of meat to the meat pole. 2 miles, exactly. 2.02.
How long it take?
Hour 45 minutes. Hadn't had a drink.
In an hour and 45 minutes?
Yeah. So here's what you do when you're out in Alaska. Ice cold.
Ice cold.
Cheers, mate. We broke our moose down into 12 loads. There's 3 loads left to get out of this hole. 1 meat bag, 1 hide, 1 antler. I'm gonna take the hide, Dan's taking the last of the meat. and come back for the antlers. We still ain't got a good measurement on it.
I'm a meat packer.
Meat packer.
Got Mr. Don Stewart here with me. Got the smoke-a-boo. Got him. Good shot, Don. He's about to lay down right there. He's going down, about to crash. Don got a good hit on him. I think he got him in the shoulder. Grizzly last night, caribou today. Yeah, baby. Hey, good job, buddy. What do you say, Don?
He's a cool bull.
He is cool. I like that back scratcher.
He's freaking gnarly looking.
Was there a good caribou in that herd?
Nah, he's a peckerhead. He's small, but he's close to the people.
Don likes him. He's got a really nice back scratcher, real long, gnarly looking. It's a good spot here to pack out too. So he's laying down right now. I'm gonna give him another minute here and go down and check him out.
Got him.
Don, you got anything to say before I shut this thing down?
Nah, that was fun.
That was fun.
Only walked 2 miles to shoot from my camp.
We went after one a while ago. It was up on a ridge. We spotted it from camp.
What's up? I ain't got a whole lot of hunting videos like I hoped. Once you start hunting, you're more hunting than videoing, but I was going to show you my footwear, which worked out really good. I bought some brand new, like, kind of like military training boots with some insulation. They're really light. I thought they'd work good, and I did a lot of hiking with them in training. But the second day going up the mountain, started getting blisters on my heels, and they're just boots and they're heavy. I usually don't ever hunt in boots, but threw in my Spartan race shoes, and that's what saved me this trip. I have wool socks on, and then I have neoprene waterproof socks, and then these. And you just wear these neoprene socks around campus shoes too. Start to get pretty worn, as you can see, but it's really more just like a sole on a sock. So you gotta walk on the rocks kind of easy. You can feel the rocks on your feet, but I shot my moose. It's 2 miles from camp, but other side of a ridge. The ridge it's 800 feet up, and it's 0.9 miles to the top from where I shot it. And we cut it in 12 loads, and I made 7 of them carrying it. And if I didn't have these shoes, there's no way they could have made it in those boots. It took a lot longer. But I wish they made some kind of hunting shoes that were waterproof, that were shoes, but had some kind of material gaiter so you pull up over here and pull tight. But I couldn't find anything like that. But this works really well. There's no way to get blisters with these because it's just kind of like wearing socks. There you go. There's a caribou hide and a caribou on there right now. We about broke it the other day when we had the moose and caribou on there. But it's looking good now. The plane picks it up over there where that blue tarp is. So we have to haul it over there. There should be coming today. We hauled all the moose and caribou over there. I'll show you that, and I'll show you camps on this little knob up here. Looks like they're burning the trash this morning. Just got back from the top of the mountain. Picks the stuff up. It's my caribou. There's my moose. And we have poles between these rocks. We got the meat sitting on it, so I think it's pretty much frozen right now. Have the tarp on there to keep the rain off of it. That's the wind indicator for the plane. No wind at the moment. Caribou hide hanging. Fixing to bag it up for him to take. Grizzly hide. Don's a grizz. He can still shoot one more. Bear skull.
Grizz.
Grizz. Got a tarp. We usually don't have a fire, but they're burning the trash this morning. Bag of Pez there. Eat 10 a day. Keep it going. Bunch of stuff on this tarp so don't get rained on. And we brought the big Cabela's tent with the stove. And we should have got some before and after this dirt work here, but we got it leveled out pretty good. Took a shovel and an axe. I brought the big rug so it's nice and homey. We all got the little inflatable mattresses and sleeping bags. And we have been starting a fire every night right before we go to bed. Open the bags up, take your wet socks off, hang them up there, warm your feet up, warm the inside of your bag up, and then as it starts to cool off, zip your bag up. Works pretty good. We actually tried the fire this morning for the first time in the morning, but it's by the time you get up and around and dressed anyway, there's kind of no point in it. That's the Cabela's Instinct 10x14 tent. It's got a lot of storage pouches. Everybody kind of has their own corner going on. And got some stuff, my stuff thrown in here too to keep it out of rain. There goes my caribou.
Sitting up here on this ridge. Just got a few more days to get it done. Searching for a big old moose to tag out on. Justin and Sam's way on the other ridge, way back over by camp. Keep an eye on things. Sam seen two solid black wolves this morning. Took a shot at one. It was running away from him about 480 yards. Didn't get a shot on one. Pretty cool though. Just hanging out up here. Just got, like I said, a few more days to get it done. Looking pretty slim. Seen a bunch of caribou still. Not seen any moose. May not get one, but that's the way it goes sometimes. That's why it's called hunting, I guess.
We just spotted a bull moose. Dan's on the stalk over there. Spotted it from camp.
Gotta redo all that.
We're live with Dan. Just took down a monster moose. 327 yards
Hope he's a monster.
with 308.
Yeah.
Looks like he had 4 brows on his right.
Yeah. 4 brows on the right. Stepped out, stayed up behind them trees way over there for a long time. And Don called from camp, and he spun back, kind of looked, and then started stepping off toward the right. Got out in that open spot way over there at 327 yards. I put one in him broadside. Spun around, kind of put his butt, kind of quartered away from me a little bit. I put another one in, kind of right behind his shoulder. Watched him crash and burn.
Timber.
So, just go down there and check him out.
Check it out. 54 inches. Legal bull.
Big old animal.
We're kind of scary
That is about right, but it doesn't matter.
about them brows. We thought we seen 4, but
Congratulations.
he's kind of iffy on that
Nicely
one, but he
done.
made the width.
Big old animal.
Giant moose.
Oh, man. Got her done.
He's pretty.
Monday
Sweet.
morning is definitely the morning to shoot a moose.
15th.
Monday.
Monday the 15th.
Saturday.
Not the 13th or the 14th, the 15th.
Today's Saturday.
Huh?
Today's Saturday.
You lost Wednesday and Thursday. I thought I just lost Thursday.
Saturday the 15th.
Days don't matter as long as it's still killing season.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Big
pretty.
animal. Dan just took out the moose. We all took off running across here. I was going to show y'all I fell in the creek. It's 26 degrees this morning.
Hey, you fall in the creek
So now
every day, so
I can't get my binos
every day he falls
unzipped
in the creek.
or unlatched because everything's froze.
Falls in at 20 degrees. Falls in, falls in.
26 is the worst degrees to fall in. I
We
fell
just
in
wait
every
on
morning.
Justin to get back to camp. Hey, I fell in the creek today. You think? Falling in every single day you fall in the creek. I'm just gonna start throwing in some shampoo down there next time. Here, while you're down there, take a bath. You're already all wet. Well, thank God. Thank my wife for letting me go on this trip. Thank all my sponsors. Don Stewart, One Shot, One Kill. Thank Justin Cochran and Sam Moore for helping me harvest this big beast today and get it back to camp.
Just spin around.
Got it done early, packing her out.
He's got wings.
Good stuff. Got to clean up my gear over here. I need to get.
Crazy big, real pretty.
Sam and Dan are getting 2 planes behind me. Don's in this plane right here. They're leaving me out here by myself for like an hour. When I get back, well, there were 4 planes. One of them took some gear, some meat. Still got some meat and some gear. But hopefully they remember to come back and get me. Sam enjoying the bugs.